it's time for our artist spotlight. You know, a young local musician is getting ready to share some brand new music with the world. We got Colin Lyles, also known as the Traveler, is actually releasing a new album called Wayfinder, happening this week, and he's joining us right now. We are so excited to have you here, Colin. So Wayfinder, this is exciting. I love the title. What made you want to name this album Wayfinder?
Wow. Developing the album kind of like in the first year or so, I always felt that there was some kind of journey I needed to take, and that definitely developed as I started to actually record and make the album. It wasn't one of the first names that came in, but as I started going through this process of kind of reflecting off of like everything that I experienced over the last few years, kind of dealing with a lot of grief and wanting to find a way to cope from events that happened like a really long time ago. It was sort of like a catalyst for wanting to take a different path to recover and you know, just kind of improve as a person. So that's kind of where the term Wayfinder comes from for me.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So it sounds like a bit of a self-expression, right?
Yeah. Processing
past trauma and healing and moving forward and growing, and you're kind of navigating your way through that.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so describe this album then. Would you say there's a theme behind it on some of the songs?
One of the biggest parts of this album, it takes after a poem written by Robert Frost. The Road Not
I love
Taken.
Robert Frost.
Yeah, he's such a great poet. But the way I interpreted one of the lines in The Road Not Taken was, there's two roads. People usually go this way, but in the circumstances, I think I'm going to go this way instead. And that kind of also ties back into the term Wayfinder as well.
Yeah. You're using your own guidance to kind of tell you the correct path for yourself, right? And trusting that. Beautiful. Okay, so the vibe, the music, how would you describe it? So we understand the theme, but how would you describe the vibe behind what you've created here?
It's very ethereal. It's very folk-inspired. There's a lot of pop, there's a lot of rock. A lot of it's inspired by artists like Bayonne, Novo Moore, Bon Iver, Michael Jackson, all of those.
Well, it's very eclectic.
People. Yeah, it's a very chaotic but intimate sound.
Ooh, I love that. Chaotic yet intimate. That's a really good description. And Colin, too, I mean, you've been on the road with your music. This album as well, or your previous album is where you took it on the road?
Both this and previous music, yeah.
All right, so we've been kind of dabbling a little bit with this album on the road, but this is a full release this Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Okay, lucky day, by the way, Friday the 13th. Tell us a little bit about some of your experience on the road, though. What's that been like? I mean, because you're young. How old are you?
I'm 17.
You're 17 and you're already taking your performance on the road. That is huge. You have your own label. You're really taking your destiny in your hands, which I have to really applaud you for that. That's very gutsy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are a wayfinder. Okay, so tell us about some of your performances, though. What have those been like?
They've been incredibly fun. Just being able to go to different places that you're not familiar with. Trying to make friends with people that you usually never will see, and just being able to share that experience with total strangers. It's really cool, and I kind of think of it as this really warm gift that I am given, and that I also hope to give to others. Yeah, and it's so much fun to just bring so much lively energy to lively people in lively towns.
I love that. That's beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, you have a release party coming up.
I do, yes.
Tell us about that.
So it's an online release party. I'll be doing one on Bandcamp, and I'll be doing a YouTube premiere. They'll both be at the same time at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. And I'll kind of just be on both. I'll be able to talk with anybody. I can answer questions about the album. And I'm also hoping that people will be able to make friends with each other, kind of just grow a community, grow a fan base, I guess.
I love that. Okay, and you're at Treefort, which is another opportunity to see the Traveler, Colin, but the Traveler perform. How excited are you to be a part of Treefort this year?
I am so incredibly excited, and I'm very grateful that I was given the opportunity to be on Treefort. It's going to be one of the biggest shows that I've ever put together, and with my band, who is an incredible group of young musicians as well. It's we're so excited.
You're so excited.
Yes.
You're just through the roof.
Yes.
Okay. So when and where do we watch you at Treefort?
Treefort, we'll be at the Treefort Music Hall on March 29th, which is a Sunday at 2:30 p.m.
Sunday at 2:30 p.m.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. We'll be there with bells on. And then everyone else stick around though too, because we're going to have Colin perform here live in studio. Where do they find your music, Colin?
You can find my music anywhere, Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp,
Okay.
all that stuff.
The Traveler, that's who you want to find. But get a taste here too in just a moment. We'll be right back.